I hope everything was satisfactory, sir.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Scrumptious.
Thank you.
You sure about that? Is everything really scrumptious?
I am more than sure. I can't believe I've been swept off my feet and brought to New York by the man I love more than anybody else in the entire world.
You really like this place?
I love it. You know, if I lived here, though, I think I would miss the country. I mean, all these big buildings are great and everything, but I'd like to see some grass and trees.
Well, honey, that's no problem. I can arrange that.
You can?
Yeah. Come on, let's go get changed. I'm gonna take you to the country, huh?
Allison, any word from Mark yet? No, nothing. He just disappeared without a trace.
Well, maybe something came up late last night. Maybe a business deal of some sort.
I don't think so. I spoke to your father. He had no idea Mark had even gone.
Oh, well, that's not a good sign. Well, boy, he better have a very good reason for not...
Oh, hi. I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
No, come on in. Alice and I are just trying to figure out where Mark is. Do you know if Ruby's heard from him?
Heard from him? Ruby's with him.
Maggie, you can't come out. Paige is here.
Kill her.
No! I can't kill Paige. She's the only friend I ever had.
You won't kill her. I will.
No! No!
Kill her. Kill her. Kill her.
Ginny, is TJ there? Oh, darn. No, Will? He's in court. And, okay, lunch at home. Okay, no, I'll try him at home myself. Ginny, if I miss him, would you please tell him to call me at George St. John's studio right away? It's an emergency. Thank you.
Please leave your message after the tone, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
TJ, it's Paige. I'm at George St. John's studio. You remember the friend that I told you about that was in trouble? It's George. He's...
Texas, the new generation. The first part of Texas is brought to you by Coast Soap, the refreshing soap that brings you back to life. Coast Deodorant Soap, the eye-opener.
After 4 hours of world-class tennis in 90-degree heat, you're so exhausted you can barely stand up. So it's not surprising that the soap the Women's Tennis Association supplies to its players is Coast Deodorant Soap. Coast is made to revive you, and with its cool, stimulating scent and a thick, creamy lather that feels terrific on your skin, Coast refreshes you and rejuvenates you and picks you up in a way no other soap can. And if Coast can help after 3 sets with players like these, isn't it just what you need after a day with your kids? No tired is too tired for Coast.
Some castle, Malcolm.
They've been at it all day long.
Good thing he wears Loves, so he's comfortable all day long.
Love's hourglass design cradles him in comfort.
Loves fits gently, whatever he's up to.
All elastic diapers don't fit the same. Compare yours to Love's. Hold it up to the light. If the padding's wide, it has to bunch up between your baby's legs. Love's padding's curve to fit comfortably.
There goes the kingdom.
At least our little prince is still comfortable.
Your baby's comfort begins with love.
It is my sad duty as prison chaplain to inform you that your sister Margaret St. John Ellington died by her own hand last week. I regret the need to relay such tragic news by letter, but I am told that all previous attempts to inform you have failed. Unfortunately, someone must come forward to claim Margaret's body. That's why that man came to see Reena. TJ, would you please come here and hurry? I need your help to help Georgia. I need your help, TJ, right away.
But I never get back here. Look at this mess on my desk. One of these days, I'm going to get organized, and then I'll show a few. Come in.
Sorry to barge in on you like this, Reena.
It's all right.
I have to talk to you.
What's wrong?
Plenty.
Well, I can see that.
I found out something today that could spell trouble.
Is it about Ashley?
No. Well, yes, indirectly it has to do with Gregory.
What is it?
T.J. Canfield knows that you don't have the birth certificate.
Now, Lurleen, just exactly what do you know about all this?
Well, just that Mark came into the coop last night and swooped Ruby up and carried her off. Brett, they're all right.
Oh, well, that's just great. Allison, just cool out a minute. Look, do you know where they went?
Brett, I wish I could tell you. I know it's a worry, what with all this cave business and people disappearing, but I just stopped by to let you and your folks know that Mark and Ruby are fine.
I'm sure Mark's family isn't vitally concerned about Ruby.
Oh, yes, we are. Now, listen, Lurleen, you're going to tell me exactly what you know about this.
Well, I really wish I could, but I have a pressing engagement
just sit back down. If you know that they're all right, then you have to know something else. What are these guys up to?
Brett, I can't say.
Did somebody swear you to secrecy?
I promised I wouldn't say a word.
That's right, Lurleen. You know how Ruby deals with her informers, don't you?
Brett, they made me promise not to tell anyone.
Well, can you just give us a clue?
Now that summer's over, I sure wish I could have more of my favorite melon.
Watermelon?
No.
Honeydew?
It's close, but it's not close enough.
Cassava?
Cantaloupe?
Right. Bye.
I don't believe it.
Well, I mean, are you going to let me in on what this quaint little game was about?
Allison, don't you get it? Cantaloupe? Elope? Mark has eloped with Ruby.
Amy McVeigh keeps her brown bottle of Lysol brand disinfectant in the linen closet, behind an old hot water bottle and a box of Epsom salt. Too bad, because every day Lysol could be disinfecting and deodorizing the bathroom bowl. Could be cutting down on germs in her wash, even in cold water, and killing household germs, including germs that cause odors. Where's your brown bottle of Lysol?
The baby's room's where I always used it.
Find it.
From the Letterly Nutrition Research Group, new Centrum Junior, the children's chewable vitamin mineral formula that's more complete than any leading brand. Centrum Junior. 4 more nutrients than Flintstones plus iron. 4 more than Spider-Man plus iron. 4 more than Bugs Bunny plus iron. 4 more than Polyvisol with iron. Centrum Junior. 15 vitamins and minerals, including iron. New Centrum Junior in delicious flavors. For nutritional support to grow on from head to toe.
What's this?
Dear Lego Company, Lego sets are really neat. My brother and me, we build great things together. The trouble is, my sister Amy. She always wants to play too. But it's okay now, because Mom got Amy a Duplo building set with big Duplo blocks. Now she only bugs us a little bit. Lego sets are good for big kids and little kids too.
Lego and Duplo building sets for big kids or little kids.
Well, I don't see how TJ could have known that I didn't have Gregory's birth certificate. Who told you that?
Allison. Well, she didn't know anything herself until TJ blurted out the fact that he thinks he's Gregory's father. And then he had her in later and told her that he knows that you don't have the birth certificate. You must have let something slip, Reena.
Absolutely not. TJ came in my office demanding the birth certificate, and I told him to get out.
All right. All right, he's guessing.
No. He's too shrewd for that. Darn, I can't figure this thing out.
Maybe he's lying. Maybe there isn't any other birth certificate anyway.
No, you can't risk it, Justin.
TJ must know where the birth certificate is.
I wouldn't be too sure of that. Have you told Brian Helmsley to work on this?
Yeah, I told him to handle it for me.
Good. Look, I know this has been rough on you with Ashley missing, but you've got to outsmart TJ for Gregory's sake.
You're right. I will. I just wish I heard some word from Ashley. I get the feeling, Reena, that I'm living in some kind of limbo.
Well, you'll hear something soon, Justin, but in the meantime, you've got to protect Gregory.
I will. Life for Gregory and me is going to go on no matter what. Thank you, Reena. I'll be all right. I better get back over to Marshall Oil, see if we're still afloat.
Justin?
Yeah?
Are you sure that Allison was telling you the truth about what TJ said?
You bet. It's a good thing she did, too.
I don't know. I have my doubts about that girl.
Don't, Reena. Don't. She's terrific. I'm glad she's on my side.
George?
Maggie.
George. You finally had to face it, didn't you, George? Please let me be your friend. Let me help you like you helped me, please. Well, I'm not leaving here until I see you. Oh, come on, George, answer. I've never had a friend like you. Not to let you face this alone. Hey, listen, I know why you've locked yourself away. I did the same thing with a bottle of bourbon. You know all about that. Don't you see, George? We can both come out now. We have each other. We're friends. We don't ever need to be alone again. Well, I'm just going to wait out here. I'm going to sit quietly until you're ready to talk, okay? All right? Not going anywhere. okay? I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna wait right here till you need me. All right, George? All right? All right.
someone's eye, and so easy to lose it. It's so easy to get their attention, and so easy to lose it.
Why let the itch of dandruff be what they notice when it's so easy to control with Head & Shoulders? Head & Shoulders leaves your hair soft, shiny, captivatingly clean. Lose that itch and keep their attention with Head & Shoulders.
It's so easy.
Betsy smells funny.
That's baby smells. Smelly formula, sticky baby food.
Diapers.
That's ammonia. Baby laundry is a special problem. So instead of regular detergent, I use Dreft with enriched borax. It's specially made for baby laundry.
There's borax in grain after grain of Dreft. Dreft gets tough baby laundry clean and clean smelling.
Now she smells good.
Dreft cleans baby smells out of baby laundry.
Was Cindy a good girl? An angel. But her wings. What? Her little dress. It's usually soft and smells so nice and fresh.
Well, it ought to smell fresh. I just washed it. She noticed you didn't use Downy. There's a big difference without the softener.
Downy rinses in the April freshness and softness babies love and helps rinse out static cling.
Smells fresh today, and it's soft. I'm using Downy again.
Look who noticed.
April Fresh Downy.
pretty ridiculous, you know. I don't think that we should have to cover for Mark. We don't know when he's going to come back or even where he is.
Oh, Allison, I'm sorry I got all excited about this elopement. I just wasn't thinking.
Well, forget it. I mean, I don't really care what Mark does anyway.
Well, I know you two were seeing a lot of each other.
Well, it wasn't serious. At least not on my part. If Mark wants to go ahead and throw his life away on trash like Ruby Wright, then he can just be my guest.
What's this all about?
Well, I think that Brett should tell you, Mrs. Wheeler. It's a family matter.
Oh, what's it about? It's not like Allison to speak to me that way. I know. Oh, it's about Mark. You found out where he is. No, we don't know where he is, but we do know what he's doing. Thank heavens. Why on earth was Allison so upset? Mom, why don't you just come over here and have a seat? Because I don't think you're going to be real thrilled about this news either.
Brett, why are you stalling? Mark's not in trouble, is he?
No, I don't think we can call it trouble exactly.
Well, then what on earth is this all about?
Marriage. Mark is eloped, Mom. He's eloped. Not with that crazy health food fanatic. No. Oh, no. Tell me it isn't Ruby Wright. Probably Ruby Wright Wheeler by now. Oh, I've got to talk to Grant. We've got to stop this abomination. No, Mom, wait. It's probably already too late. And Mark is a grown man. He's perfectly able to make a decision like this himself. No, not like this. Mom, look. Grant. He probably decided that he wanted to marry Ruby, and that's just exactly what he did. You don't even mind, do you? No, I don't, really. Look, Mom, I got to know Ruby very well in that cave, and I like her. She's genuine. Oh, Brett. And I think that after a while, you're going to grow to like her, too. So why don't we just come back and sit down and talk this over and wait for a minute before we go rushing off to Dad? I can sit here and talk all day, but I will never like Ruby Wright. Well, you better try, because she's going to be calling you Mom before long. Over my dead body.
That needed help. It's George. He's the one that needs the legal. Oh, George. It is my sad duty as prison chaplain to inform you that your sister Margaret St. John Ellington died by her own hand last week. I regret the need to relay such tragic news by letter, but I am told that all previous attempts to inform you have failed. Fortunately, someone must come forward to claim Margaret's body. That's why the man came to see Reena. TJ, please hurry. I need your help to help George. I need your help, TJ, right away.
Please answer me. Come on, this is ridiculous. I know you don't want to see anyone, but you should talk to me. You really should. You know that. I just want to help. I really do. I just want to help you. Oh. Okay. All right. I'll do it your way. I'm going to come to you. I'm going to come to your dark room, George. I think you should let me in. George, please. Pretty please, with sugar on top. I think you should let me in, George. George! George! Come on, let me in. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Renews it.
Renews it. Renews it. Open renews it a little or a lot.
It all depends on the odors you've got.
Renews it in the closet, open just a touch.
Renews it in the kitchen, open this much. Renews it in the bathroom, open wide.
Helps keep your house smelling fresh and clean inside.
Renews it.
Renews it. Do's it.
And we're priced right.
Professor Von Jiffy Pop has a riddle. What can grow 20 times bigger and then disappear?
A pelican eating a 20-pound fish.
No, popcorn like the popcorn in Jiffy Pop. My delicious invention. It grows right before your eyes, but always have a grown-up make it.
I hear it growing.
Big enough to eat.
Smells good. Positively delicious.
Jiffy Pop's as much fun to make as to make disappear.
Another can, Charlie. That's a can?
That's Hefty's new steel sack, the bag that works like a can.
It's plastic.
It's a new plastic formula, Linear D.
Linear D.
So strong and puncture resistant. New steel sack can hold more than ordinary bags.
Even impossible trash?
Without split.
Without splitting. That's some bag, Charlie.
Strong.
Like a can.
New Hefty steel sack trash and tall kitchen bags. The bag that works like a can.
Stay tuned for the next part of Texas.
Saturday, Arnold's exposed.
That's my bare butt.
Then
He burns my butt.
John Houseman returns on Silver Spoons.
One of life's most difficult experiences, the loss of a loved one. At this painful time, the family has so many things to do and hurried decisions to make about funeral arrangements, yet they're often totally unprepared. This new brochure called Thinking Ahead can help your family be better prepared for meeting this difficult responsibility someday. The helpful guidelines have provided peace of mind for countless families because they learned ahead of time the information and documents needed, the duties, decisions, and the costs involved when making funeral arrangements. Call now for your copy of Thinking Ahead. It's yours at no cost, courtesy of Tucson Memorial Parks, Mortuaries, and Cemeteries, now serving Tucson at all these beautiful locations. South Lawn Mortuary and Cemetery, East Lawn Cemetery, and Arizona Mortuary, University Chapel. Call Tucson Memorial Parks at 746-3251. There's no charge for this informative brochure. Call 746-3251.
Okay, Toilet Bowl, I'm not gonna be bullied by you anymore.
Don't be bullied by your bowl. Bully your bowl instead.
Put away your brush. Try new Bully Automatic Bowl Cleaner. This unique device injects a concentrated bleach cleaner every time you flush.
Take that.
Your toilet stays clean and fresh smelling for more than a month.
No weekly brushing.
Don't be bullied by your bowl. Bully your bowl instead.
New Bully. No weekly brushing for more than a month.
That's a bully bowl.
X marks the spot for fun and games on Tic-Tac-Toe weekday mornings at 10 on Channel 4.
And now, the next part of Texas.
Rat! How's it feel to be locked up in a little cell like this? Oh no! Don't struggle! It's forever!
Maggie, George just wants to help you.
I'm in charge now. I'm gonna kill you, and then it's Grant Wheeler's turn. I'm gonna make him pay for what he...
Anymore, Maggie. I'll do whatever you want.
My dear?
I love New York. Every minute of it. I felt just like Jean Harlow riding around in the back of that big old limousine.
You know I've done more in one day in New York with you than I used to do here the whole time for a week, huh?
Well, great. Let's do it all again tomorrow.
Come on a minute. Come on. This is a big city. Lots of other things to do, you know.
Well, let's do them. I love this place.
There's other places like Boston, you know. Maybe we can go up there next fall. We'll drive around New England and watch the leaves change.
I hear the leaves change real pretty on the Riviera, too.
You're a real con artist, aren't you?
That's me. Oh, Mark, I can't believe we're going to spend the rest of our lives waking up together and planning trips and everything and just getting to know each other.
All this togetherness, you know, it might get to you after a while. You better be prepared for that.
No way. I knew from the very first moment I saw you that you were the only man I could spend the rest of my life with.
Gee, that's funny.
Why?
Well, the first time I saw you, you scared me half to death.
Mark!
Oh, I said to myself, that one is going to be hard to hang on to.
Then you tried your very best to lose me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who was the one that called the whole thing off? Huh?
Oh, we're not talking about that. And besides, it worked.
It did. I'm going to spend the rest of my life making you happy.
I hope you always feel that way.
One way to find out. Stick around.
Mark, you're not going to regret marrying me. Not for 1 minute. I'm going to be the best wife anybody ever had.
Ashley, please come back. Come back before Canfield takes our boy. Yes, Karen. Who is it? Sure, yeah. Send him in. Look who's here. It's been a long time since I've seen you two.
Yes, sir.
How about a shot of bourbon?
No, thank you. Just nachos now.
Thanks, just the same.
Yeah, you see, we're just real sorry to hear about the disappearance of Mrs. Marshall. Wanted you to know that.
Yeah, we've been praying for you, boy. There's sure to be some hopeful word any time now.
That's mighty kind of you. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm not giving up hope till they find something one way or the other.
That's the spirit.
Waiting ain't easy, that's for sure.
No, it's not. Can you sit a while? Stay? Huh?
Don't mind if we do.
You know, Justin, it just might help to ease the strain of waiting and all if you spend a little more time right here at Marshall Oil.
Yes, sir. Nothing like work to speed the time of day. Might also help to squelch a few rumors floating around.
What have you heard? Have you heard something? Is that why you're here?
Well, the thing is, Justin, we're over here because we care about you. Ain't that right, Hawker?
Sure is. Word is, you sort of let things slip. Not keeping up with your appointments and all.
Yeah, letting martial law sort of run itself, not keeping a strong hand on it like in the past.
Where does this come from?
Important folks.
Would you kindly tell those important folks of yours that the chairman of the board of martial oil is missing and a lot of people think she may be dead?
No, Justin.
Proving that my wife is alive is a lot more important than a lot of oil rigs.
Oh, we know that, boy.
And if there's anything we can do to help find Mrs. Marshall or to help Marshall Oil, you just give us a call.
Yes, sir. Somebody will find me in Boots wherever we are, night or day.
All right.
Thanks for coming by, fellas.
Well, by the way, Justin, how's that son of yours?
He's strong. He's keeping the faith about finding his mama.
You give my best here.
Yes, sir. That's one fine young man.
Thank you. Don't be strangers now.
You know, Boots, it looks like Marshall Oil might be ripe for the picking.
Yeah, I think you're right, Hawker.
All right, Bubbles, get ready to hit the dirt.
I should have become an accountant.
Oh, stop worrying, kid. We're going to give this bathroom the shine of its life. Oh, those germs no mercy. Dig in, kid, dig in. Clean and shine. Disinfect, deodorize. We'll never scratch or leave any grit. Oh, we never do, we never do. You did good, kid. Now let's go down a drain together. We work hard, so you don't have to.
Dow Bathroom Cleaner with scrubbing bubbles.
What has caused Farrah and Lee's love to bloom again? Inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
Is this Latin lover next in line to marry Liz Taylor? This week's National Enquirer tells you what secrets shared by millionaires can make you rich. How will video games of the future turn your fantasies into reality?
It's in the Enquirer.
Does the story behind David Soul's wife-beating arrest reveal a Jekyll and Hyde monster? Find out in the Enquirer. Over 100 features for people with inquiring minds.
Like me.
You and your child can delight some very special people this Christmas with quality portraits taken at Sears Portrait Studio. Like millions of other moms this year, you can trust Sears for the quality portraits you want at a price you can afford. Like this package of 20 portraits for $12.95. But hurry, November 27th is the last day this package will be offered in time for Christmas gifts. Sears Portrait Studio. For quality portraits you'll be proud to give this Christmas.
Tonight, Doris pays the high price of fame. And when Carla whips up a special brew, it's lights out for Diane.
Oh, my God, Carla, you killed her.
Cheers. Then on Taxi, it's a close encounter for Louie. And a case of overexposure for Bobby on Hill Street Blues.
The best night of television on television.
They're right, Ashley. Got to keep Marshall Oil moving. How am I going to do without you?
Hi. Is it okay?
Sure.
Karen said I should just come on back.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see you this time of day. Doesn't Mark Wheeler need you over there at World Oil?
Well, it doesn't really matter what Mark Wheeler needs. I wanted to know how you're doing.
Well, I'm doing fine.
I don't think so.
What do you mean?
I can tell, Justin. Something's hit you, hasn't it? And I bet it has to do with Hawker and Boots because I saw them leaving as I came in.
It's nothing to concern yourself about.
No? Tell me. Who's your friend these days?
Thanks. I guess I do need a friend. Thanks for coming over.
Okay, so you tell me.
Well, those two old boys came over to warn me that there are some rumors about Marshall Oil they've been hearing.
What kind of rumors?
Kind of rumors that you would expect to hear when the president of the company hasn't been keeping his eye on the business.
Oh, come on, Justin. I'm sure Marshall Oil is just as strong as ever.
Thanks. Hawker and Boots are right.
Well, why don't you look at it, Justin? It's because of what you're going through. And I'm sure you're going to get back in full force as soon as you get some word on Ashley or this whole thing with Gregory is cleared up.
Maybe not.
Well, why?
Allison, let me tell you something. I built this company with Ashley. This company is as much her as it is me.
Oh, I know Ashley financed the whole thing with her money.
It wasn't just the money, Allison.
All right, so you relied on her. I know that.
Allison, Ashley was my partner. She was my friend. We made all these decisions together. We said that we were going to build the biggest oil company in the state of Texas, not just for us, for Gregory, for the baby.
Justin, you can still do it.
Not if Ashley doesn't come back. And if T.J. Canfield gets his hands on Gregory.
Justin, don't. Don't talk about that. Look, I know I'm not Ashley, but I really want to help you. And in case you haven't noticed, I am no slouch in the oil business, you know.
I've noticed, Allison, but your loyalties lie with World Oil.
I don't know. Things have changed, it seems, since Ashley's been away. But Justin, Marshall Oil means a lot to me.
You mean that?
Of course I do. And where would World Oil be without its toughest competitor? It'd probably be so overconfident it would fold in a matter of weeks.
Yeah. Everybody'd probably be out of work.
And we wouldn't want to have that.
We wouldn't. But I can't see you bouncing back and forth between two oil companies.
Well, it wasn't too long ago that you didn't have too much difficulty with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted you to be my spy.
That's right, and you got so burned up when I refused you.
I guess I wasn't too nice then, was I?
That was in the past, Justin.
I hope so.
All right, so how does this sound? You can let me work for Marshall Oil only on one condition. The interest of free enterprise.
Terrific. You know, you're something. You sound more like Ashley every day, Allison.
I'm sorry I pulled you out of your office, Reena, but I did want to make sure that you saw Billy Joe's show.
That's all right. I was so anxious to get to this material on the trial that I would have missed it if you hadn't reminded me.
Well, I sure hope that it's worth the work the research people put into it.
So do I. Christine?
Yeah.
I think we struck oil.
How so?
It says the defendant in this case is someone we both know.
It couldn't be. I don't know anybody in Boston.
Sure you do. George St. John. It says the woman who was on trial was a sister of Margaret St. John Ellington.
Maggie?
Yeah.
This is incredible. Mr. Wheeler was involved in the trial of George's sister. And now they're in Houston.
I think it's a little too incredible.
Yeah, how do you mean?
Well, this article says that the only family Mrs. Ellington had was her brother.
George.
When the guilty verdict was announced by the jury foreman, Mr. Grant Wheeler, the young woman collapsed.
He must have loved his sister.
Yeah. He must hate Grant Wheeler's guts.
I don't understand something. I thought he was supposed to be a friend of Brett's.
Well, apparently he was in college.
He was all over me about Brett after Stella Stanton's accident. He kept insinuating that I did it because I was jealous of Brett.
Why do you suppose that he thought the accident was meant for Brett?
Well, don't you remember? I mean, he knew that Stella Stanton switched seats with Brett at the last minute. The sandbag that fell was directly over the chair where Brett was supposed to be.
Christine, if he knew all that, couldn't it be possible that he arranged the accident, intended it for Brett?
He had as much access to that studio as any of us. But why would he want to do that to Brett if she was supposed to be his friend?
Christine, I am going to read every bit of this material. I've got a hunch that no one in Grant Wheeler's family is safe, and no one was George St. John's friend.
Got a minute?
Duncan Hines got a new idea.
Holiday desserts with American Dash.
With just one pan,
one Duncan Hines mix,
no more than 4 ingredients,
No more than 35 minutes of your time.
you can make one of these dazzling desserts.
Make my snow mountains with the Lux 2 Devils food. Bake in a cupcake pan, split, fill, top, and kiss. Wasn't that easy?
Make my Christmas tree with Swiss chocolate mix baked in a tube pan. Build up mint ice cream balls. Let chocolate sauce drip down. Wasn't that easy?
Make my fabulous flambe. Bake a deluxe 2 yellow cake, cool, frost with whipped topping, spoon on hot cherry filling, brandy, and flambe. Wasn't that easy? Delicious.
Ethel, you're terrific.
Duncan Hines, desserts with American Dash. In holiday magazines now. Watch them dash through it.
Great cake, hon. I had to have seconds.
You had thirds, but who's counting?
Here's another dish.
The dishes are done, and so are the pans. But Dawn can handle that.
You're going to wash this after greasy pans?
No, you are, with Dawn.
Hey, nothing feels greasy. The water, my hands, nothing. And my plate looks as good as the first.
No kidding.
Dawn did some job on the chocolate cake.
So did you.
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
Maggie, what have you done? You hurt Paige. You shouldn't have done that. Paige is our friend. See, Maggie, I do take care of you. I always will. Now stay right where you are. Don't move. Gonna hurt you anymore. I promise. I'm going to Wheeler's now, Maggie. I'll make him pay for what he did to you. And then we'll go away. The three of us. Together.
Scary stuff, Christine. I used to joke with George about his dark past.
Yeah, well, I never joked with him.
Now listen to this. When questioned about the trial, Mr. George St. John claimed that his sister was never given a chance. He maintained throughout the trial that the guilty verdict was a foregone conclusion. Mr. St. John spoke angrily about the attitude of the jury foreman, Mr. Grant Wheeler. It is simply the rich condemning the poor, Mr. St. John stated bitterly. He went on to say that his parents had been servants and the jury was both aware and contemptuous of this fact, particularly Mr. Wheeler. Mr. St. John said that after his parents' death, he was the sole support of his sister until her marriage to Mr. Ellington. I have no other family, Mr. St. John said, and I will never forgive Mr. Wheeler and this jury for sending my sister to prison. He never did either.
Reena, do you think George arranged the accident in the studio?
It wasn't an accident, Christine. I swear to that now. George came to Houston to get Grant and his family.
Well, what can we do about it?
I don't know. We've got to do something quickly. We've got to contact the proper authorities. There was a man from the Attorney General's office in to see me today, something about George's sister.
Well, then she must still be in prison.
I don't know. He didn't tell me why he wanted to see George. I told Paige Marshall about that. She's as close to George as anybody is.
Do you think she talked with George about it?
Probably. she did, I hope it didn't push George over the edge.
Oh, Reena, he was acting really strange.
Well, I know. I've seen it. I'm worried. If he'd tried this with Brett, then maybe... Oh. Judith.
What do you mean?
Oh. Christine, be very careful with these clippings. I've got to get out of here. I've got to warn Grant.
Paige? Paige? St. John? George St. John? You've heard her, St. John. You're going to pay for it.
Stay tuned. Texas will be right back.
It's never been easy for little kids to tell time. Mom, it's 8 o'clock. It's 5. Now there's the C&C talking clock. Perfect for a toy clock because it not only shows the time, it talks about the time.
Time to eat lunch at 12 o'clock. Gosh, I'm hungry.
So now your kids can learn to tell time in no time.
It's 8 o'clock. Let's get up and get dressed.
The C&C talking clock by Mattel.
Listen, America, to a fresh idea from Cracker Jack. New Cracker Jack Extra Fresh Popping Corn. It's made by the people who have popped more popcorn than anyone else in America. That's new Cracker Jack Extra Fresh Popping Corn. We vacuum pack our special kernels fresh as the 4th of July. They're popping tender, popping big, popping fluffy, popping tasty. It's fresh. From Cracker Jack, America's popcorn people.
Amy McVeigh keeps her brown bottle of Lysol brand disinfectant in the linen closet, behind an old hot water bottle and a box of Epsom salt. Too bad, because every day Lysol could be disinfecting and deodorizing the bathroom bowl. Could be cutting down on germs in her wash, even in cold water, and killing household germs, including germs that cause odors. Where's your brown bottle of Lysol?
The baby's room's where I always used it.
Find it.
Paige, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right, Paige. I'm not gonna lose you, too.
We'll bet we can get you to try new Enriched Wondra. Just because it comes in a different package that says new on it, that's no reason. What if I told you that new Wondra is enriched with 11 emollients? And clinical testing with dermatologists proved new Enriched Wondra is better than ever at helping your rough, dry skin heal itself. Watch. Your skin is constantly losing moisture, but new Enriched Wondra has even richer emollients than before, so it holds in more of your own moisture, and that helps your skin heal itself naturally. But the best way for you to know how much better it works is to try it. New Enriched Wondra helps your rough, dry skin heal itself better. It really does.
Thank you. Rushing for an 8 o'clock curtain every night means giving up a lot of things, but coffee isn't one of them. I always have time for my favorite instant, High Point decaffeinated. I don't want extra caffeine. I'm active enough, thank you. But I am a coffee lover, so I expect more. Like this delicious aroma. And just look at this deep, rich color. Of course, coffee lovers know it all comes down to taste. That's rich. You know what makes High Point taste so good? Deep brewed flavor.
Try Deep Brewed High Point. It's the coffee lovers decaffeinated.
You're gonna love it.
part of Texas was brought to you by High Point, the decaffeinated coffee with deep brewed flavor. High Point. It's the coffee lovers decaffeinated. Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas, the new generation.
Sunday, a beautiful rebel rewrites history.
She's a spy.
When she kidnaps Lincoln, and it's up to the Voyagers to save the Republic.
Please don't give up.
Then, a motorcycle daredevil challenges Punch with the impossible.
Sure you want to go through with this?
A killer jump over the wings of a diving plane on chips.
Now that's a hot lineup.
Eyewitness News presents The Specialists, professionals who offer advice on health, legal affairs, money...
Team on TV4's Eyewitness News.
Look, Elena, I need this commission. I need the money it's going to bring me. Rachel, if only you knew what you were dealing with. If only you knew what.
Look, I'm just going to ask you one thing, all right? Before you go through with this plan of Louie's, just give it some very serious thought. Please.
Elena.
Please.
Well, now it'll shine for you.
RJ, I want you to take this back.
But, Mom, all you got is a speed-up old pen. You know how much you've been wanting this one.
RJ, this is very expensive.
Mom, money's no problem.
Since when?
I don't know why you have to come home in such a rocket mood.
Didn't you hear a word I said to you this morning?
I know you have some problems at work, but it's not fair to bring them home.
You know, I was in a lousy mood when I got here. It's getting worse by the minute.
I told you, I'll pick up some soda later.
It's not the soda I'm worried about, Clarice. It's our baby. She's going to grow up without ever having her father hold her.
Will you keep your voice down?
Please let me offer you some coffee.
No, thank you. You are, as always, very gracious, but I think you know why I am here.
Yes, you want to know if I've thought about your offer.
Yes, I cannot delay the decision. I must know now. Will you make the slide presentation of my collection to the museum board?
You want to sell all your collection?
Yes. You know, there was a time when I thought that I would not be able to part with a single painting. But I have discovered that there are things that are more valuable, things that I cannot bear to lose.
When does the museum want to see the slide collection?
10 days, 2 weeks.
All right, Louis, I'll do it.
Thank you. And believe me, you will not regret it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You won't regret what?
I was just telling Rachel how lovely this piece of sculpture is.
It's all right, Louis. Steve, Louis has asked me to show his slides to the Alice Cannon Museum. The museum wants to buy his collection.
Oh. What did you tell him?
I said yes.
Do you hear the baby?
Clarice, the baby's fine. Corey's fine. I'm the one that's upset.
Larry, I'm sure there's some good explanation for Bob's behavior.
Well, then what is it, Ada? He's not being straight with me.
Larry, you and Bob have worked together for a long time. You trust each other with your lives, right?
Sure we do.
Well, you're more than partners, you're good friends. And I cannot believe that he would lie to you.
I'm not saying he has, deliberately.
Then what are you saying?
It's just, Ada, I come into a room and he clams up. I overhear him on the phone, he hangs up. I ask him a question, he shuts up. It didn't used to be that way.
Well, he's got a lot on his mind. You know, he just got a divorce. He's having trouble with his son.
Yeah, I know all that. Yeah. I'll get it. Hello. Hey, Bill. Aren't you out directing traffic this hour? What?
There is something wrong?
It's Bill Bullard with traffic control. He says, Bill, hello. Yeah. Yeah, when did it happen? What do you mean nobody's talking? The guy's been murdered in a hospital room? Somebody's got to know something.
Murdered? Who's been murdered?
I'm trying to find it out. Bill, how'd you find this out? No, I don't know anything. I haven't heard anything about it. That's why I'm asking you. Yeah, well, you're darn right I'm going to find out. All right, listen, thanks for telling me.
Larry?
Something weird's going on here. I better figure out what it is.
This part of Another World is brought to you by Puritan Oil. Low in saturated fats with no cholesterol. Puritan knows you're fighting serum cholesterol. Puritan wants you to win.
Numbers, on occasion, speak louder than words. Now, these figures dramatize the results of a university study in which serum cholesterol was reduced, an average of 9.6% in 3 weeks. 43 families took part. They cut down on cholesterol and saturated fats, and they ate more fish, chicken, and vegetables. For cooking, they all used Puritan because it's low in saturated fats with no cholesterol. Your assignment is to try it. Puritan knows you're fighting serum cholesterol. Puritan wants you to win.
I'm 24 years old. So am I.
One of these joggers is not 24. She's 35 with 3 kids. Eileen Wesson. Can you tell who's who? Eileen looks 24. How about their hands? Look closely. They look young, too.
My hands deserve as much attention as the rest of me. That's why I use Ivory Liquid. Just the name Ivory means mildness to me, and I think the rich, mild suds do help my hands stay young-looking, even with all the dishes I do.
Still can't tell who's Eileen?
Yes, I'm the 35-year-old. Jogging helps keep me young.
And what helps your hands look so young?
Ivory Liquid. The mildness really makes a difference.
Mild Ivory Liquid helps hands look young.
Hello. Rachel, I will let you know the time and place of the presentation, huh? And again, thank you. Bonjour, Steve.
Bonjour, Louis. Well, you could have at least said something.
Right, bonjour. What I have to say to him, I'll say in English.
Well, it wouldn't have killed you to be polite.
It may kill you, Rachel, if you keep involving yourself in his business.
I'm making a slide presentation to a museum. What could possibly be wrong with that?
Louis St. George is what is wrong with that, Rachel. There have been 2 robberies involving his paintings in the past few weeks. One was right here in your own gallery, and the other involved those people, the I don't know who they are. What are their names?
The Stantons.
The Stantons.
They have a lot of valuable possessions. That robbery could have happened any time.
But it didn't, did it? It happened when they were doing business with Louis St. George.
Look, after Louis sells his collection, I'll stay as far away from him as you want me to.
Rachel, I want you to stay away from him now. Don't you see he's using you, honey? He knows your reputation in the art world. He's using your reputation to make up for his own.
He doesn't have much of a reputation. He's just a private collector who wants to unload some of his paintings.
Have you asked yourself why? Why now?
Well, he says it's because he needs the money, and besides, it's not my business.
We don't have no idea where those paintings came from. They could be stolen for all we know.
He has the proper papers. And besides, while you're asking yourself questions, what about asking yourself what we're going to do with that commission money?
Oh, honey, can't you understand one basic thing? I don't care about the money. What I care about is you.
Well, what if you could have me and the money?
Yeah.
I mean, at no extra charge.
And don't try to soft-talk me now.
Well, I haven't told you how much I love you today. And I love you.
Just stop twinkling at me. Listen, if you love me, call Louis. Tell him this deal is off. The man's been murdered, and I have to find out from the cop on the beat.
Larry, they probably just assigned the case to somebody else, and I'm sure Bob has his reasons.
Look, I'm sick of his reasons. I'm going to find out what's going on here if I have to go all the way to the chief. Come on, Ada, let's go.
Oh, no, you're not driving my car when you're this upset.
Look, I promise I will get you there in one piece. It's Bob Morgan you better start worrying about.
Morning.
Don't good morning me, man. I want to know what's going on. I want to know now.
You could at least ask Bob to come in.
Thank you, Clarice. Hi, Ada.
How about?
Now, would somebody please tell me what is going
It's
on?
about this murder.
What murder?
Listen to this guy. He ought to win an Academy Award.
Bill Bullard called Larry a little earlier.
The traffic cop?
Yeah, the traffic cop. The one that knows more about what's going down in homicide than I do.
Bill called to say that a man was murdered in the hospital.
And how would Officer Bullard know that?
His fiancée works in the hospital. She's a nurse. They brought in a John Doe the other night.
Yeah, he was pretty banged up, but he was improving until somebody killed him.
According to this nurse friend of the traffic cop.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, come on, Larry. You know as well as I do, there are always rumors floating around the hospital.
Well, then let's get over to the hospital and check it out.
And I say we call the captain to see if he's assigned anybody else to this case. If there is a case.
Okay, partner. We'll do it your way. For now.
Well, there's nothing in the morning paper. Look, as far as anyone has to know, our John Doe was never admitted to that hospital. The man never existed.
But he did exist, didn't he? That is until your office.
All right. We had a little slip-up.
A man was killed. There are 2 murders now.
It'll all be settled soon enough, Mr. Mayor.
Well, it better be. Now that Louis St. George is making his move, I don't want any more of your slip-ups.
What do you mean he's beginning to make his move?
I have it on an excellent authority that the museum's acquisition board is considering the purchase of a large European art collection.
And just who is this excellent authority?
You're looking at him. I'm a member of the board.
And you think this collection
belongs to Louis St. George? Who else?
Yeah, well, that could be. Being so open about it might just keep the Nordmans away. But it does make things a lot easier for me. I've got him, Mr. Mayor. After all this time.
Now, you listen to me, Ed. There's going to be a lot of very innocent people involved in this business, and I don't want any repetition of what happened at Louis' penthouse.
You can rest easy. This kind of operation is what my people do best. Just think of it. Louis St. George, his precious art collection, and the Nordmans, too. All in one fell swoop.
Louis St. George is making it awfully easy for us.
Sinus headache case history number 64, Gail Wakehoff.
I first started getting sinus headaches after I had my first baby.
Describe the pain.
It's a pressure pain right in here. I'm not a very good mother when I have one of these headaches.
It sounds like sinusitis.
Introducing maximum strength Tylenol sinus medication, maximum sinus decongestant combined with maximum sinus pain reliever.
The sinus headache is gone. The pain and pressure is gone. I feel fantastic now.
New maximum strength Tylenol sinus medication, maximum sinus medicine for maximum sinus pain relief.
You know, I don't normally go around chatting about feminine protection any more than you do. But finding the right full-size protection is kind of important, and maybe I can help. Personally, I choose Stay-Free Maxi Pads for comfort without compromise. What that means is they have a comfortable size and shape, and they stay comfortably in place. When you get all that comfort without giving up full-size protection, that's comfort without compromise. That's Stay-Free Maxi Pads.
Mom, tennis is my life. You'll never get my outfit really white with a bleach for colors.
Relax. I'm using new advanced whitening formula, Clorox 2.
Advanced whitening formula?
Now, Clorox 2 all fabric bleach whitens like a liquid bleach and safely brightens colors.
Are you sure?
You'll see.
Wow, new Clorox 2 does whiten like a liquid.
And my colors?
Beautiful. Tennis, anyone?
New advanced whitening formula Clorox 2 whitens like a liquid, safely brightens colors.
Elena, what a nice surprise.
You may not think so after we've talked.
Oh, we are going to be serious today, huh? And I had planned on spending some time playing with my granddaughter.
Well, Cecile and the nurse have taken Maggie to the park, followed by the security guards we hired.
Cecile is feeling better today, don't you think?
I think that the sight of our daughter and her child being trailed by those guards would upset you as much as it does me.
You know that I regret having to take such measures, and if there were anything that I could do
There is something you can do, Louis. Do as I asked and urge Cecile to move in with me.
I've been meaning to say something to her. I just have not found the right time
Yes,
yet.
well, I suggest you find the right time, because I am moving tomorrow morning, and I intend to take Maggie with me.
Have you discussed this with Cecile?
Louis, I am through with discussions. If you and Cecile have any objections, I intend to go to court and obtain an order allowing me to take Maggie with me for her own safety.
I don't really think you mean that.
And I don't really think you want to hear the various reasons that I will tell the judge for doing it. Would you, Louis?
That sounds remarkably like blackmail.
Well, if that's what it takes to provide any measure of security for Cecile and Maggie, you may call it anything you like.
As always, Elena, I have admired your spirit.
As always, Louis, I detest your lack of concern for your family.
But I am concerned. I have spoken to the board of a local museum here.
What in the world does a board of a local museum have
And
anything
I have
to do-
spoken to the museum and asked them to purchase my collection, my entire collection, which means no more art, no more trouble, no more Albert Nordman and Son.
Are you really serious?
We are setting up the slide presentation, and with Rachel's able
No, you
assistance-
mustn't involve her.
Oh, but I'm afraid she is involved already with a very handsome commission.
Louis, how could you?
But she is not in danger. The newspapers will leak word of the board meeting, and then it will be out in the open and done with very safely and very quickly.
And the Nordmans?
Nordman will not risk exposure. He must avoid the light of day and the glare of publicity.
Louis, if the museum buys the paintings, what then?
Then Nordman will surely make his move. And I am completely prepared to foil his efforts. One last time.
Well then, now that your plans are in motion, my request has even more urgency. You will speak to Cecile about moving in with me, or I go to court this afternoon.
I will speak with Cecile. You have my word on it.
For what it's worth these days.
Father, I have good news for you. The shipment of brass elephants has just arrived.
Oh, maybe I better go check on that.
No, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to do the elephants until next week. I have a better idea. Why don't you take the rest of the week off?
Take the rest of the... There's so much work to do.
No. There's more. You have been working much too hard, and I want to reward you for your service to TRE Imports by giving you the rest of the week off mid-pay. Huh?
Oh, thanks, but...
No buts. I insist.
Thanks, Mr. Krabs. Thanks very much.
You're quite welcome, my dear. Well, that's one less thing we have to worry about this week.
Father, this news that I have.
It's good news. Frederick, what is it?
Oh, Father, your idea about sending one of our men to St. George's penthouse? Oh, it was a stroke of genius.
You mean our telephone repairman has proven useful?
The listening devices have been installed.
Frederick, you are such a good son.
Oh, Father.
It's true. Everything I ask. Even that little unpleasantness you had to perform at the hospital.
Oh, it was nothing, Father. It was a pleasure to do it for you.
How can we lose, huh? The two of us? Until we have the collection in our hands, business as usual. And then, I will give Louis St. George exactly what I promised all those years ago. His execution.
Oh, Steve, there you are. There's some checks that need your signature.
That's for a lot of money.
Hotel renovations don't come cheap.
At this rate, we're spending more than we're getting from Jason.
He promised us a check this week.
Make sure it's a check, not cash. I want everything documented with these clowns.
Good morning, Mr. Frame. Good morning, Miss Harding.
Good morning.
Bob, Jason brought a couple of members of the company by the connection this morning.
Now, how do you know that they were company men, Steve?
Who else wears automatics in this town besides the police? Bob. About Ilse and Jason.
Look, Steve, we still haven't come up with any evidence against them that's going to stand up in court.
I want to make another visit to the connection to Jason's office this afternoon.
Steve, how would you feel if I came in here and told you and Quinn that I was going to help you run this business?
Well, if you knew something about construction.
I don't, and you don't know anything about police work. Okay. So I would really appreciate it if you'd stay out of my business, and I promise you I'll stay out of yours.
Well, that's nice, a little strange.
What is it, Gwen?
Well, it's Thomasina. She's on her way over to see me.
What's strange about that?
Well, it seems she said we could take a nice long lunch. She doesn't have to worry about getting back to work.
Did she quit her job at TRE?
No, that's the peculiar part. Mr. Krebs has given her the rest of the week off with pay.
Have I got great news for babies? I'm delivering a remarkable new diaper. New fitted Pampers with stay-dry gathers.
Pampers are fitted? That's terrific.
Now they help protect your baby from wetness right down to his toes. Pampers' new stay-dry gathers mean a drier baby outside the diaper.
And fitted Pampers still has the cushion quilted lining?
Yep, that helps keep baby dry inside the diaper.
That's wetness protection, right down to his toes.
Yep, right down to his toes.
Who can resist that?
New fitted Pampers with stay-dry gathers helps protect your baby against wetness right down to his toes. Yep, it's a great time to be a baby.
Cammy all over, bright Miss Body Lynn. There's a glow in her skin, soft and clean to make a man look twice. And the coconut soap helps it look so nice. She's Cammy all over, cheeks and nose, arms and elbows. Cammy all over.
Camay is the only leading beauty bar that's 1/2 creamy coconut soap for richer, creamier lather. So Camay leaves you feeling soft and smooth all over.
So her hips as soft as her lips, down to her toes as soft as a rose. She used Camay all over.
Camay for beautiful skin all over.
Camay all over.
Yes, that's right. The check is in the mail. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Well, what do you say we go and have an early lunch?
Thomasina, Bob and I were wondering, this sudden free time you've got.
You mean Mr. Krebs giving me the rest of the week off?
Yeah. Don't you think that's a little peculiar?
Everything that goes on over at TRE Imports is a little peculiar. Just got the feeling they didn't want me hanging around this week.
But why?
Well, there've been all these phone calls lately. You know, with strange voices on the other end. Everybody's walking around the place whispering. Gives me the creeps.
Well, I'm glad you're out of that place. Maybe for the next few days you can have some fun. Do some reading, go to a movie, spend some time with a friend.
Gee, this place is really a mess. You guys must be busy, huh?
I was talking about RJ.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Honey, what's wrong?
Nothing. No, that's not true. I guess everything's wrong when it comes to RJ.
Maybe I can help?
No, I don't think you can do anything. He's gotten himself in so deep, he may never get out.
Deep in what, Thomasina? Please tell me.
See, the other day he came by the office. He was wearing this new jacket. He had a bouquet of roses in one hand and a wad of bills in the other.
That doesn't sound like RJ. Did you ask him where he got all that money?
I know where he got it. And I told him I didn't want to have anything to do with it either.
I still don't understand.
He's running drugs, Gwen. Oh. He's working for this small-time pusher named Crown. And Crown is bad news from way back. People cross the street when they see Crown coming. Not RJ.
I can't believe RJ's gotten himself involved with people like that.
Yeah, he's involved. Loving every dollar of it. When I try to tell him that I know that scene, I've been there, and I know what it's like when the whole thing blows up in your face. He won't listen to me, Gwen. I mean, he just won't listen.
Well, come on in, Larry. Now, tell me, how is that new baby of yours,
Oh, she's doing fine, Brian, thanks. Listen, I want to tell you right off, there's something weird going on in this town, and I want to know what it is.
Well, I'm not sure that I follow you, Larry.
A buddy of mine on the force has this girlfriend who's a nurse at Bay City General. She says there was a murder right in the hospital.
Well, I mean, there are proper channels for reporting a homicide, aren't there?
Yeah, I've used them all. Nothing's happened. I mean, even the chief denies there was even a murder.
Well, I don't know what I can do to help.
Brian, look, I talked to this nurse. She swears this man was murdered.
Larry, did the doctor at the hospital who performed the autopsy and signed the death certificate, did he indicate that there may have been a murder?
That's just it, Brian. There is no death certificate. There's no record of the man. I mean, it doesn't take a mental giant to figure out that the company's behind this. This John Doe was probably connected with Ilsa's prostitution ring.
I mean, that's quite an assumption, Larry.
Well, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Well, if the man was admitted to the hospital, the hospital would certainly have records if he died there. Did the nurse see the man?
No, but she heard about it.
Oh, well, it's rumors. That's all your homicide is at the moment. And until there's something more, Larry, I really don't know what this office can do.
Yeah, that's what I figured you'd say. Well, thanks a lot, Mr. Mayor, for nothing.
Okay, you make sure and stay bundled up today because it's very cold where polar bears live. Okay?
Rachel.
Who's there?
Amanda! Oh, am I glad to see you. Oh, have you missed me just a little?
Oh, she's missed you very much.
Oh, and I've missed you too so much. I thought you'd be in school today.
She's going to go see the polar bears today.
Oh, my. I didn't know that there were polar bears in Bay City.
What is it? Is it real polar bears or is it just a...
It's just a movie.
Oh.
Elena, can you come?
Oh, Amanda, I'd love to come. But I have to go to work today.
Too bad.
I'm sorry.
Polar Bear Express,
Oh,
leaving on
my.
track 18.
Hello, Stephen.
Hello, you're going to have to excuse me, Elena, because I have to get this little explorer off to meet the bus.
Where do real polar bears live, Steve?
Well, they live way up north, where it's cold, where it's icy cold.
Just keep her bundled up today.
I won't be home for lunch.
Who asked you?
Excuse me, is it my imagination, or are you two...
Yeah. We had a small disagreement. A friend of mine wants me to give a slideshow at a museum, and he doesn't want me to.
Yes, I know what Louis asked you to do. That's why I'm here.
Well, then you could have told Steve that it was a piece of cake.
No, I wouldn't tell Stephen anything of the kind. I am just as worried as he is. This business of Louis is very dangerous, Rachel. Stay out of it.
Did you know Diet 7-Up has no caffeine? None at all. But a lot of other diet drinks do. Tab has caffeine, Diet Pepsi has caffeine, and sugar-free Dr. Pepper has caffeine, but not Diet 7-Up. Diet 7-Up is crisp and refreshing. It has no aftertaste and no caffeine. So go ahead, enjoy Diet 7-Up right now. Caffeine-free Diet 7-Up. The only thing you give up is calories.
Well, Sam, are we going or not?
Are you kidding? It's the worst day of the year, and my throat's sore.
Then take new Maximum Strength Sucrets.
Maximum Strength Sucrets?
Try it.
Introducing new Maximum Strength Sucrets. For fast, temporary relief of minor sore throat pain, you can't get more pain-relieving hexylresorcinol with or without a prescription.
Better?
Sure. So, are we going or not?
New Maximum Strength Sucrets. You can't get more pain-relieving hexylresorcinol with or without a prescription.
Ever wonder why Butterball is America's best-loved turkey? Well, it has a great reputation for plumpness and juiciness, and all those Butterball exclusives, that deeply different self-basting, the leg tuck, the turkey lifter, so much more to be thankful for. But best of all, with a Butterball turkey, you know they just might say, now this is the best ever. Butterball, when only our best will do. From Swift.
Stay tuned for the next part of Another World.
Today, fantasy answers this couple's dream with a silver lining. Takes you to Superstar Chili Cook-Off and shows you a baby that's come around the world to meet its parents.
Nice and Soft has more colors than any other bathroom tissue. Bet you can't match my new almond towels. Or my terracotta tile. Or my Miss Green curtains.
Whatever your bathroom decor,
My buttercup carpet.
Nice and Soft has the colors and softness you've been looking for.
My rainbow shower curtain.
Nice and Soft bathroom tissue plus facial tissue too in beautiful new boxes.
Are they ready yet?
Almost. Get the butter.
Muffin time.
Mom, these are more than muffins. They are works of art.
Oh, works of art.
First, you gotta smother them with lots and lots of butter. Butter.
It's not butter.
It's Imperial. There's only one rich, buttery taste of Imperial margarine.
I never ate a work of art before.
There's only one Imperial.
The sweet tooth.
Now, wait a minute. You're asking me, a sweet tooth, to try a sugar-free cocoa?
Right. New sugar-free Swiss Miss hot cocoa.
Are you kidding? Do you know who I am? I am a sweet tooth.
Maybe you'll like it.
Not a chance.
Come on.
Okay. But I won't like it.
Well,
I like it.
new sugar-free Swiss Miss. Good enough for a sweet tooth.
Oh, I was hasty. Who knew?
Another great cocoa from Swiss Miss.
Stay tuned for Fantasy, coming up 1/2 hour from now, right here on Channel 4.
Part of another world.
I wish everybody would quit making such a big deal out of it.
Rachel, this happens to be a very big deal, and you could be hurt.
Elena, I'm not transporting the paintings anywhere. I'm going to a museum. I'm going to give a slide presentation to a number of people. 6 or 7 people. What could be dangerous about that?
Look, Rachel, you must know that somebody wants Louis' art collection, and they will do anything to get it.
I don't know where his collection is. I don't have his collection.
Yes, Rachel, but you know Louis. And you're involved with his business dealings. That's enough. Your gallery's been broken into.
Yes, and they took what they wanted, and they're not going to be back.
Will you just tell me how you know that? How do you know that they won't find you or someone you love and force you to tell them where that art collection is?
You make them sound like monsters.
What makes you think that they aren't? Rachel, has Louis ever told you anything about the background of this art collection?
I know that the paintings are authentic. That's really all I need to know. Look, Elena, I need this commission. I need the money it's going to bring me.
Rachel, if only you knew what you were dealing with. If only you...
Knew what?
Look, I'm just going to ask you one thing, all right? Before you go through with this plan of Louis', just give it some very serious thought. Please.
Elena.
Please.
Would you like some tea?
No, thank you. I have to meet Louis at the hospital. Vincent's being released.
Is he all right?
He's improving.
Well, good.
Vincent was very badly beaten. And I don't want anything like that to happen to you.
Elena!
Look, it could happen, Rachel, if you continue this association with Louis. Now just think about that. Will you?
Where have you been?
Sending someone out to see the polar bears.
You've enjoyed having Amanda around, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Amanda is someone I've enjoyed very much.
Steve, what is it?
What?
You've been walking around this office all morning like a polar bear yourself. You and Rachel had a little spat.
No. Rachel and I don't have little spats. What we have are big fights.
Whatever you call it. Just remember there are always 2 sides to every question.
Yeah. Rachel's side and...
And the right side. Yes, I knew you'd say that.
Okay, you want to know what's bugging me? I'll tell you what's bugging me. Louis St. George. Quint, tell me something. Is this guy really so charming?
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just can't stand to see her mixed up in his business again.
What business exactly?
He wants to sell some paintings to the Cannon Museum, so of course he wants to use Rachel.
Use? You mean employ?
No, I mean use. His reputation is shady at best. He needs her to front for him.
But he's going to pay her, isn't he?
I don't care if he offers her the moon and the stars, Quinn. He's trouble. Look, maybe if you talk to her, she might listen to you.
Oh, Steve, please don't ask me to get involved in this. I've got enough problems with Bob and his wife.
I thought the divorce was final.
Well, the divorce has been neatly resolved, leaving everything else very confused, especially Bob's son.
RJ? He was doing so well.
He was until now. Thomasina tells me he's gotten himself involved with some guy named Crown who works out of a sleazy arcade downtown. He's his delivery boy.
What's he delivering? You mean drugs? Oh. Does Bob know?
Apparently not.
Quinn, you gotta tell him.
I know, Steve. I just called the station, but he's out somewhere. I was almost glad. It's not something I'm looking forward to doing.
Hello, Mother dear.
Mother dear? Well, it sure has been a long time since I've seen that smile. What are you so happy about?
Just thinking about your face when you open this.
What in the world?
What do you think? It's a present.
For me? But, I mean, it's not my birthday. It's not Christmas.
I don't need a special occasion to give my mama something. Here, open it.
Oh, RJ.
Do you like it? I mean, do you really like it?
Where did you get this?
What do you mean? It's a kitchen supply store. You know how you're always talking about how nice everything looks in the window? The way everything shines so bright? Well, now it'll shine for you.
RJ, I want you to take this back.
But, Mom, all you got is a speed-up old pen. You know how much you've been wanting this one.
RJ, this is very expensive.
Mom, money's no problem.
Since when?
Since I found employment, Mother dear.
Would you stop calling me Mother dear and tell me where this money comes from?
From my job, I told you.
No job pays this kind of money unless there's trouble involved.
Aren't you always saying how important it is to make ends meet? Well, I'm meeting them, and here you are throwing it right back in my face.
RJ, you get yourself a good job. I mean, a good, honest job that pays an honest wage, and you can help me all you want.
But this pen, Mom, I knew you wanted it.
All I've ever wanted is to be proud of you, honey. And I don't think I've ever been less proud of you than I am right now. RJ! Honey, don't you see what I'm trying?
Lisa Papalardo thinks she's tasting her mother's homemade spaghetti sauce.
Perfect.
But her mother really gave her ragu home-style spaghetti sauce.
Look at all those green chunks and things in there. It's got pieces of tomato. And it doesn't taste like a jarred sauce. I can spot those in a minute.
Ragu home-style tastes like homemade because it's made like homemade.
This isn't my mother's?
No, it isn't. It's from a jar.
You're kidding.
I know.
What has caused Farrah and Lee's love to bloom again? Inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
Is this Latin lover next in line to marry Liz Taylor? This week's National Enquirer tells you what secrets shared by millionaires can make you rich. How will video games of the future turn your fantasies into reality?
It's in the Enquirer.
Does the story behind David Soul's wife-beating arrest reveal a Jekyll and Hyde monster? Find out in the Enquirer. Over 100 features for people with inquiring minds.
Like me.
People are talking about the great taste of Vlasic pickles like never before.
Here, my dear. Try a Vlasic pickle.
Why, thank you, dear. Now that's the best tasting pickle I ever heard. Hey, Jimmy, want to trade? Sure. Want a plastic pickle? Okay. Now that's the best tasting pickle I ever heard.
Classic pickles. Try them and you might say,
今までにない美味しいのピコを聞きました。
Tonight, Doris pays the high price of fame. And when Carla whips up a special brew, it's lights out for Diane.
Oh, my God, Carla, you killed her.
Cheers. Then on Taxi, it's a close encounter for Louis. And a case of overexposure for Bobby on Hill Street Blues.
The best night of television on television.
Hey, what you doing home?
Well, if I had to hang around that station any longer, I was going to go crazy.
Still didn't get an answer about that murder?
No, not a straight one anyway. But I'm not going to let it get to me. I'm just going to come home, relax, have a little lunch with my wife and my gorgeous little daughter.
Wash your hands first.
My hands are clean, Clarice.
With all those weird people coming and going in the squadron, there's no telling what kind of germs you've got.
Oh, well, how about if I take a shower? Rub myself with disinfectant, burn my clothes. Can I then hold my daughter?
It's time for Jean's nap.
Clarice? What, is it anybody going to listen to me today? Gee. Oh, boy. Clarice, where's the soda? You know, I asked for one thing when I come home. What do I get? I get no soda.
The baby is trying to sleep. If you want some soda, I'll pick some up later. I don't know why you have to come home in such a rotten mood.
Didn't you hear a word I said to you this morning?
I know you have some problems at work, but it's not fair to bring them home.
You know, I was in a lousy mood when I got here. It's getting worse by the minute.
I told you, I'll pick up some soda later.
It's not the soda I'm worried about, Clarice. It's our baby. She's going to grow up without ever having her father hold her.
Will you keep your voice down?
Look, you just listen to me for a second. I know that you were worried about Jean before she was born. But she's okay. She's perfect. But if you keep overprotecting her, she's not going to have a real life of her own.
I am only doing what I think is best for her.
I know you are, but it's not best for her or for you or for me or for Corey. And we have got to get somebody to give us some help.
You're talking about some kind of psychologist.
I'm talking about Susan Scherer. Now, honey, you know who she is, and she's good people.
She is a psychologist. I don't need to talk to anybody like that. I know how to take care of my baby.
It's my baby, too.
What?
It's my baby, Clarice.
Where are you going?
I'm going back to the station.
I thought you said you wanted to get out of there.
I did until I came home.
Larry, don't.
Look, till you let me call Susan, I'm going to spend as much time as I can on my job. I don't even like to come home anymore. It's that simple.
Thank you for coming so quickly.
What's wrong?
RJ is what's wrong. Our son is the problem. He came in here today with a present for me.
A present? Yeah, well, what's the matter?
Bob, it was a very expensive present, a very expensive roasting pan, and it must have cost him a fortune.
Where would RJ get money like that?
He said he got it from his job, a good job, he calls it. Oh, but Bob, I know better.
Shh, honey, it's okay. It's all right.
I wish it was okay. I wish I could have told him how touched I was that he even remembered that I wanted something like that. But when I saw it, when I asked him how he could possibly afford such a thing.
What did he say?
He said that he makes lots of money on his job. But Bob, no job pays that much money that fast unless
he's doing something illegal. Is that what you think?
I don't know what to think. He sure isn't working some respectable 9-to-5 job. And when I tried to pin him down, he...
You ran right out. Yeah, I can see him now.
I'm always accusing you of not talking to RJ, of not trying to reason with him. I'm the guilty one now.
And yet I know
I should have kissed him and said, thank you. I love you, baby. And then ask him about the job.
Honey, I know how you feel. But as far as I'm concerned, you did the only thing you could do.
I wish I felt that.
Don't worry, Henrietta. We'll find RJ and I'll talk to him about this new job of his.
Oh, Bob, I don't know if talking will do any good now.
We have to start somewhere, don't we?
We?
He's still our son, Henrietta. In spite of what's happened between you and me, we still want the best for our boy, don't we?
But I think what's happened, what might happen next, I'm so afraid.
Boy, the garbage that gets dumped in my sink and those food stains, they're tough to clean. But you know what else is in there? Germs. So I don't just clean with any cleanser. I cometize. That's the best kind of clean a sink can get, because Comet gets out tough, greasy food stains better than any leading cleanser. And look, it disinfects, too. If a cleanser doesn't do all that, it doesn't get a sink clean enough for me.
Comet with Chloranol cleans rings around other cleansers. It even gets out tough, greasy food stains they leave behind, and it kills most household germs. That's Cometized.
Comet cleans better and it disinfects, too. So why just clean your sink? Go all the way to Cometized.
In New York, known for its fine dining, we're at world-famous Tavern on the Green restaurant. Tonight, we're secretly replacing the fine coffee they normally serve with Folgers crystals. Are Folgers dark, sparkling crystals rich enough to impress New York diners? Let's watch.
Coffee was great, really delicious. I loved it.
It's really rich, really rich coffee flavor.
It's really rich. You can really just taste the flavor.
It's Folgers crystals.
Is it?
Instant.
It is? You're kidding.
Excellent.
Great. I'd absolutely buy it.
You start your morning off with this or finish the day with this. This is good. I like it. It's very good.
Folgers crystals. Coffee rich enough to be served in America's finest restaurants.
I had no right to storm out of here the way I did. I hurt you. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. We got a problem, and we're going to have to solve it, but walking out like that and hurting you, that's no solution.
When you walked out that way, Larry, I thought you'd left me for good.
You think I could leave you, Corey, and that beautiful baby in there? I'd never do that.
You really mean it, Larry?
Yeah. I mean it. I just get so upset when I see you clinging to the baby so much. It does more harm than good.
Buddy, I just get so scared that something might happen to Jean.
I know. That's why we need to get somebody to help us out. I'll go with you.
You will?
Yeah. I'll even make the phone call. You just have to promise me you won't back out of the appointment.
I won't if you go with me, Larry. I promise I won't.
That's my girl. That's my girl. Can I stay for lunch?
If you drink tea instead of soda.
Tea's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine too. I'm sure of that.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Don't give me nothing. What is it?
Well, I had an argument with Steve this morning, and then I had another argument with Elena.
Oh, what'd you do now?
You always assume I'm to blame.
Because you always are.
Well, I'm not this time.
Okay. Tell me about it.
Well, Louis St. George wants me to give a showing of his slides to the museum, and Elena and Steve don't want me to do it.
Why not?
Because they say it's dangerous.
Well, that art collection of his always has brought a little bad luck with it, you know.
This is a very simple transaction. Louis wants to sell, and the museum wants to buy.
And you get a big commission.
You bet.
And you're going to give the money to Steve.
Not necessarily.
Not at all, I hope.
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay. How is the renovation for the hotel coming along?
It's coming along okay.
I wish Steve wouldn't get mixed up with that Jason and Ilsa group.
Well, he did, and he's going to stick to it until he gets it finished.
Listen, I'm going to go back to Clarice's. Why don't we bundle up Matthew and take him over to visit the new baby?
Well, I'd love to, but I can't. I'm expecting some people in to see my sculpture today.
Well, the mood you're in, you're going to scare them off.
I'll be all right.
Look, why don't we just go up and see Matthew? Come on, you need to relax. I promise you I won't talk about anything that'll get us into an argument, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Be careful.
Yes. I may be chipped a little, but I'm hardly broken.
And let's keep it that way, shall we? Oh, it's so good to be out of that hospital.
And home again.
It's good to have you home, Vincent.
You know, Billings has said that he will stay on until you regain your strength, so you can just go and rest now.
I've done nothing but rest since I've been in the hospital. I want to get back to work. I'll take my bag to my room. I shall return shortly.
Vincent! I guess Vincent's going to do just as he pleases.
Exactly, as he does all the time. Will you join me for lunch? Huh?
No, I have work to do at the complex this afternoon, and I want to stop by the house, check with the cleaning people.
But you must eat, Elena.
I'll eat at the complex, Louis. By the way, have you spoken to Cecile about moving in with me?
I was going to speak with her this afternoon, I promise.
This afternoon, you can do something else for me as well. You can tell Rachel that you will not need her help with the museum board.
Stay tuned for the conclusion of Another World.
These things called taste tests all over. And Nestle Toll House cookies are like the best of any homemade chocolate chip cookies. But they did ask Miranda, so I'll prove it to her. She did it! Miranda likes Toll House cookies best.
That doll can't taste. She can't open her mouth.
She opens it so fast you can't see it. See?
Nestle Toll House morsels and the original recipe make Toll House the best you can bake.
I blame my shoes for my corns, and I thank Free Zone for taking them away.
Free Zone helped clean up my corns, and it got my feet back into shape.
While ordinary pads cover up corns, Free Zone goes to the core of the corn, dissolves the corn away painlessly, effectively.
Free Zone really got rid of that very painful corn.
Dissolve your corns away with Free Zone.
You know, Ann, I had my physical today.
Oh?
Doc says everything's great, and I have a lot to thank you for.
Really?
Really. When I stopped smoking,
Mm-hmm.
when I had to lose those 20 pounds, cut down on fats and cholesterol, you made it all so easy.
For years, Dick and Ann have followed a low-fat, low-cholesterol diet, and Fleischmann's margarine has been part of it. Fleischmann's margarine, 100% corn oil, 0% cholesterol.
Ann, you're terrific.
The people come by to see your sculpture?
No, I'm expecting them any minute.
Well, if they have any taste at all, they'll buy everything you've done.
Well, thank you for that vote of confidence.
You know I've always had confidence in you and your work, in your judgment. Which is why I know, after you've thought about it, you're going to turn down Louis' offer.
I think you better get yourself to the university.
Rachel,
You're going to be
did
late.
you hear what I said?
Students don't like it when the professor is late.
You're going through with it, aren't you? You're going to do that slide presentation for him, aren't you?
Yes, that's my decision, and I was hoping that after you thought about it, you could see your way clear to support me.
I can't do that, Rachel. You know how I feel about you having anything to do with anything involving Louis St. George.
Well, I told Louis I was going to do it, and I'm not going to go back on my word, and I'm sorry that you're not happy about
Not
it.
happy? That is an understatement.
Look, this is my decision. You make decisions all the time that I don't like, and I stand by you.
Such as?
Such as this idea you have of going undercover and trying to get Jason.
Oh, come on. That's entirely different.
Why? It's a lot more dangerous than anything I'm trying to do. I don't like that decision, but you felt that you had to go along and do that, so I'm trying to stand by you. I am worried about your decision, but I am standing by you.
You're right, you are standing by me.
So why can't you support me?
All right. If you feel you've got to do it, I'll support you.
Okay.
Rachel has graciously agreed to assist me with the slide collection, and I am very grateful to her.
Louis, I don't understand how you can place Rachel in that kind of danger.
She is not in any danger.
I really don't understand how you can say that. When two men break into this apartment with guns, what if they had used them?
They are not interested in harming Rachel.
They are interested in harming anyone who can lead them to that art collection.
Why would they believe that Rachel has the art collection?
Louis, how can you be so sure of all of that? How can you be so sure of anything?
Nordman may know more than we bargained for.
What do you mean by that?
I found this in my telephone.
What is that?
A listening device. Quite the latest kind. I suspect every phone in the penthouse has one.
But that's impossible. How could Nordman have got...
Repairman.
What?
The telephone repairman. Remember, he came to check the telephones.
We must assume from now on that Albert Nordman knows as much as we know.
Louis, that is really it. You must give that art collection to the authorities before one of us is killed.
Smile and hold it, hold it!
I've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
The fever for the flavor of a Pringles?
It's a deep fried taste. It's the crispy crunch. Pass the Pringles, please. I need a bunch. We've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
It's the deep fried taste.
It's the crispy crunch. We've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
No preservatives, regular light rippled.
You'll catch the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
I know, I'm new, but this price can't be right.
What's wrong?
Ivory costs less than just about all the other soaps in the store.
It usually does.
I can't believe a great soap like Ivory costs less. I mean, that rich lather and natural kind of clean.
In fact, 4 bars of Ivory usually cost less than 3 of most others.
I thought they'd charge more for a great soap like Ivory.
They probably should.
You'd expect to pay more for Ivory, but isn't it nice you don't have to?
I love beautiful hair. Making it beautiful is the art of my profession. Yet there are women who perm beautifully at home with lilt. You see, the key is in the roll-up. A bad roll-up shows frizzes. A good roll-up, beautiful curls. Only lilt has these amazing sponges. They grip better, roll up better for more beautiful hair. Lilt sponges help you roll up so professionally. It even makes me a little jealous.
Lilt's professional touch. Beautiful.
This part of Another World was brought to you by Lilt with Sponge and Wraps, a professional touch for more beautiful hair. Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World.
Saturday, it's bottoms up on Different Strokes as Kimberly exposes Arnold.
That's my bare butt!
Among other things.
That's why I call it overexposed.
Then,
John Houseman returns to play my grandfather. You excited about that, Mr. Houseman?
delirious. Silver Spoon.
Saturday is going to be hot on NBC.
Muller Piano.
TV4 Tucson.